6月25日凌晨，2025洲际巡回赛金标赛事在俄斯特拉发站举行。女子100米利比里亚选手塞尔玛·戴维斯10秒91获得冠军，并打破全国纪录。塔卢史密斯10秒92第二，霍布斯10秒94，差0.02秒获得第三。
No way, no problems here. Great start from Davis and Talu Smith. Talu Smith driving hard. Hobbs going well in lane 7. Zoe Hobbs at the moment just looking like she's on terms with Davis, and Talu Smith is going to be Thelma Davis. If that clock is right, 10:93 for Thelma Davis, that would be a new Liberian national record. And I think she will have taken Marie-José Talu Smith under 11 seconds as well. Those two are so tight across the line.
At sea level from Hobbs there is a brilliant run, vastly superior to her previous personal best. But Talu Smith, well, in the white vest there, going tremendously well. We know she's always strong, but just battling there to the line, getting it on the dip, perhaps by dint of being a little bit taller, was Thelma Davis of Liberia. 10:91, a national record, as you said quite rightly, Hannah. She started well. Zoe Hobbs had perhaps the best start of them all, going by the reaction times, although you can read too much into that sometimes. But a pretty close race all round, with Amy Hunter-Britton down in 4th place, 11:08. So holding her good form, that's only a click outside her lifetime best.
男子110米栏，比尔德13秒13夺得该项目的冠军。美国名将霍洛威获得银牌。
First to the first hurdle, Grant Holloway at the moment in the driving seat here in this men's hurdle. Dylan Beard had a messy first couple of hurdles, but he's on the charge. Grant Holloway faltering perhaps in the closing stages again. Just the last couple of hurdles aren't coming together for Grant Holloway. You can see the frustration there. Dylan Beard just waiting for confirmation that he did catch the Olympic champion on the line. 13:13 for both of them, and a great third place for Dessel of Austria. Not another personal best for him, but perhaps one of the best placings he's ever had.
这个成绩跟昨晚的陈媛将在全国 U20 田径赛的12秒96相比，陈媛将还是有些优势的。也很期待陈媛将在今年的东京世锦赛上与世界高手一决雌雄。男子200米，澳大利亚的天才少年古特闪耀俄斯特拉发站，以20秒02夺冠。该成绩刷新了大洋洲200米纪录，同时也跻身世界 U20 男子200米前10行列。
Back to this 200 metres then. Second time of asking. Yerka in 1, Kubelik 2, Maciek 3, Mitchell Blake of Britain in 4. Menya of Cuba, the favourite, goes in 5. Big wins in the last couple of weeks in Oslo and Stockholm over 200. Gout goes in 6. Volko and Nemec in 7 and 8. Away they go. Now expect Menya to lead into the straight, and Gout their third from left, come back at him once they get into the straight. His first race as a pro in Europe, this from Gout. Now he's got a target. Menya moving away from him. Morizzi in the headband. A battle between these two, and Gout working so hard to get to him, and he gets there. Gout takes it by a metre and moving away. 20:04. Battling all the way. The strongest part of his race is always that last 50. He holds his form so well. It's an optical illusion. It looks like he's accelerating, but he's not. Nobody does. Maybe Bolt did back then, but Gout wouldn't be, but he's holding his form. And as the others slow, as they tire, so he eases past them. It's a personal best for Gout, 20:02. We're just checking what the wind was doing in that. 0 wind, still air there. And Gout has taken it to Menya. 100 maybe, to be on the shoulder of somebody, and that's effectively what Gout had there. He had a target all the way down the home straight.
He's a real deal, isn't he? An 18-year-old winning the 1500, and now a 17-year-old winning the 200. And he ran a wonderful bend. We know Menya is strong round the bend. He's been great on the circuit, and I think you're right, Tim, for Gout to have the target of Menya. And Menya, he knew the pressure was going to be coming from the Australian. He would have studied his races. He would have known he was going to have to work hard in the last 50, and that's exactly what happened to Menya. He just tightened up. He couldn't hold off the young Australian. And if you look at the tension on Menya and on Gout though as well, that he was really working hard, and he just had that belief all the way to the line. A new personal best, a new Australian record for Gout on his European debut.
You could hardly get a greater contrast between those two. Gout 17, long and lean, and just his feet seem to kiss the track, whereas Menya is all power. He blasted the bend, came off the bend into the straight with a lead of about a metre, maybe a metre and a half.
女子400米，纳塞尔以49秒15刷新今年的赛会纪录夺冠。 杰克逊49秒82获得银牌，荷兰名将波尔49秒98获得铜牌。
Won the World Championships in 2019. Femke Bol is the world indoor record holder at this event, 49.17, and this is her first outdoor 400 in a year and her first race ever against Sawa Eid Nasser. Martina Veal is on a hat-trick of national records and she went underneath 50 seconds for the first time in Paris. Over a 1 second improvement so far this year. She's also the national record holder for Chile over 200 metres. Lada Vondrova of Czechia goes in lane 3. Season's best is from indoors, 51.47, but she went very close to it in Geneva at the weekend, 50.92. Vondrova part of the quartet that picked up a bronze medal in the mixed 4x4 in Budapest. Barbara Milikova, European under-18 champion over 400 metres a few years ago. 52.29 her best this season, her personal best around about a second faster. Nicole Jürgen picked up 2 bronze medals at the Olympic Games last summer in the 4x4 and the mixed 4x4. Season's best on Sunday for her in Poland of 51. So Eid Nasser in 6 has Bukowiecka to aim at outside of her. Femke Bol, surely we'd expect her to come strongly down the home straight with that 400-metre hurdle speed. Martina Veal, could she possibly get a 4th Chilean national record in the space of about 2 weeks? She's there in lane 4. Bukowiecka going well out in lane 7. She does often judge her effort correctly, the Polish woman. And Eid Nasser up on Bukowiecka at the moment, but she blasted through the first 200 in Paris and then, like I said, was vulnerable to Marilady Paulino, the Olympic champion, down the home straight. Sawa Eid Nasser running away with this at the moment. The meeting record is 42 years old, 49.67. Could Eid Nasser break the meeting record here? She's looking very strong with 50 metres to go, pulling away from the rest of the field. Femke Bol's got herself up into second place, but Lena Irby-Jackson having a wonderful run. The American comes second, and it's a win, and it is a new meeting record for Sawa Eid Nasser, 49.17. She takes half a second off the meeting record, Chitana Kotsimbova. And Veal doesn't quite run a national record again, but I think that would have been a Chilean national record around about a fortnight ago.
Wow. Nasser looking quite superb there. She kicked into the second bend. Bol looked very, very relaxed through the first 200 metres. I thought she would start motoring around the top bend, but as maybe she was thinking about that, so Nasser kicked in. And I must admit, I thought Nasser had gone too early. I thought that Bol would come back at her, but she didn't have the legs down the home straight. I mean, to be fair, this is Bol's second event. Great running there on the outside from Irby-Jackson to move through to second place. But, gosh, they never got a sniff at Eid Nasser, did they? The Bahraini in a different class, quite frankly, and looking quite supreme there with that 49.15 meeting record. As you said, Hannah, it's a meeting record that joins the women's 800 meeting record tonight, men's 1500. You know, it's been a special night on the track and conditions have been superb.
男子400米栏，美国选手罗宾逊以48秒05夺得冠军。他在第4个栏不慎漏点，于是5档调整。此后的5个栏在跨栏时都在不断的调整，最后失去平衡，踉跄过线。如果不是这个小插曲，罗宾逊的夺冠成绩应该会更好一些。巴西选手利马48秒12第2，捷克选手穆勒48秒41刷新个人 PB 第3。